Esther's Reboot Challenge, Day 36, page 160. She answered, "Well, it will be difficult, but I think it will be possible if I add digital communication tools to it." "Have you thought about how?" I challenged her. Ji-yoon responded, "A publishing agency's ability to compete depends on how good its content is. To appeal to potential buyers without meeting them, I should create an open platform where I can disclose which project I am working on, with which writer, and where people can get across to the platform by signing up for a subscription service." "Yes, that sounds good. Have you ever thought about the digital transformation formula?" I asked. "No, that was the hardest part. I'm good at producing paper books, but I don't have much experience with digital," she said. The managing director of our company, Jenny, was quietly listening to our conversation. And at this point, she joined our conversation and said, "I read a report about a publishing company in Britain, and according to the report, this company is releasing one bestseller after another. It turns out that this company has a website where aspiring writers are free to post any of their writings, and the company analyzes readers' response to them. Based on these responses, the company picks the ones that are most likely to become the next bestsellers." I checked out their website to see how it worked, and I thought that we could easily follow the same model. If we just run a big data crawling program, we can have the same system in just a day. What if we use this approach as a benchmark? Jenny and I could understand how it worked because at that time we are learning Python from a big data expert. But to Ji-yoon, it probably sounded like Greek. That's how I felt in the beginning. However, Ji-yoon asked a few questions and quickly comprehended what Jenny was talking about. She said, "So, it's like using the information you collect from readers' social media to creating big data, which helps you find the keywords that are trending in the publishing industry, isn't it? I see how you can collect accurate information faster by running the program than by relying on an editor. And I can tell that the findings would be relayed to writers to assist them in developing their work." It sounded like a great idea. To pass your scenario through the digital filter, it is critical that you yourself understand digital technology. You don't necessarily have to learn it, but just knowing what kinds of digital technology are out there and available can enable you to come up with ideas and figure out how to apply them in your business. The more your business belongs to traditional industry groups, the more it is critical to study digital technology. I asked Ji-yoon, "If you start your own business, you literally become an independent worker. What do you think you will need most when that happens?" She said, "Getting investors would be the key to success, don't you think? I have a few people around me who have expressed interest in my business, but you never know what will actually happen. I think that might happen if studied the startup ecosystem and also made personal connections with venture capitalists. And I think that I need collaboration tools or messenger tools to ensure smooth communication with the publishers and publishing agencies overseas. I should start learning how to use the collaboration tools that are most widely used in other countries. Going forward, it will be difficult to make your business appeal to customers unless your product or service can make it pass the safety filter. I've met numerous editors working for many publishing companies, but never have I seen an editor as smart as Ji-yoon. Nevertheless, there is a subject with which even a smarter editor like her most struggle to come to terms: safety. This time, I gave her a tip by telling her, while writing a book, I did a lot of research into climate change. Everything that I read was informational and useful, but the only problem was that the most references were written in language that is much too technical. Try to come up with books that will make people feel that they can relate to the subject. It doesn't necessarily have to be any of the conversational genres. It could be a novel, essay, and even a comic. What do you think? She said, when it comes to developing book ideas, I can start right away. I will remember that safety should be an important element. It is harder than you think to create a 10-line synopsis that will pass the test of Reboot formulas. I wrote them rather simply in this book. But the truth is that it took me several days to reach a conclusion that would help Ji-yoon. She felt as though she had completed a big assignment, but she will find herself taking on bigger assignments with every answer she uncovers. While scrambling to apply the 4 Reboot formulas in business, some people seize the opportunity of a lifetime, while others are completely devastated. But there is nothing to worry about. Creating a synopsis is not a homework assignment that is completed when you have written it down. You can write a new synopsis each time you come up with a new idea. And you can modify your synopsis every time you come across something new.